So in this video, I'm going to share with you guys the acting audition process and just how it looks and how it all goes down. So keep watching. So it starts off with a breakdown where you, the actor, apply for this role. And then somebody in the casting office, they get your submission, they look over it, they make sure that you look the part, you meet all the criteria, they look over your credits, your agency, they look over all the stuff that, kind of solidifies that you fit this description. So the people in the casting office, once they pick you out, they will send you an email giving you your audition time and day and what to wear and any special instructions. And they'll usually give you a copy of your sides. And sides are like the scene or the monologue or whatever you're actually going to be performing at your audition. Sometimes there are no sides. Sometimes for like commercial stuff, they'll have you like improvise something, or they'll do it on the spot, where like you'll show up to the audition room, they'll give you some copy, you'll look at it, and you'll do it right on the spot. It really depends on what you're going in for. The next part is you're obviously going to prepare and get ready for this role, and then you actually arrive at your audition. Once you're at the audition, sometimes, depending on the role, it could be a big room with people, it could be an empty room with people, it could be like one person every 10 minutes, and usually it's like a small little room. And you kind of just sit there, and there might be like a list of people that are supposed to show up, and you kind of just sign in and you just sit there and you wait, and you just wait until they call you in. So when it's your time, somebody comes out, usually it's the casting assistant or whatever, and they'll say, hey, John, and you'll be like, oh, that's me. They'll bring you into the audition room, so just come in there all happy. Make sure you bring like your headshot, your resume, bring in whatever they ask you to bring in. Don't do any extra stuff nobody asked for, just keep it real. So now they called you in, you went into the audition room. Usually the casting director is there. If it's a really big office, they'll have like an associate or an assistant filming. Just introduce yourself, say, hey, my name's John, I'm happy to be here today, whatever. And they'll have like a big camera at eye level just standing there. So go to your spot, to your mark, slate your name, say your name, agency status, union status. And once the camera is like rolling, they'll tell you to like start your scene or whatever, and then just, do your performance. And sometimes they'll have you do it a couple different ways. Most of the time you'll come in there, you'll do it once, and that's it. You'll spend all this time performing and getting ready, and you'll come to the audition all ready, and then your performance is like a minute, and that's it. A lot of people think that you go to auditions and the casting director is going to start giving you all this constructive feedback and doing all this stuff, but it's a very busy place, and that's not how it is. Like almost never will the casting director start giving you this whole detailed response. So usually it's just very short, where it's like, oh, great, awesome, great, thank you, bye, great. And they'll never say, oh, I hated it. They'll be like, oh, okay, cool, great, awesome. And then even if you did a great job, they'll be like, okay, yeah, oh, great, yeah. And they just keep it very short, very simple. Oh, thank you, thank you. And then just say, thank you, and leave on a good note, and that's it. After you do your performance and you go home, the next part of this will be the callbacks, where they call you back on the phone and say, hey, John, we loved your performance. We want to see you again tomorrow or on Thursday at 5 o'clock or whatever to do the performance again. And this time there's going to be less people in the room. It's now going to be the best of the best, all the people who can potentially get this role. So it's good. You got a callback. That's great news. You did a good job. And just the fact that you got a callback means you're good. They liked you. So like you are good. Don't get sad if you don't get it at this point. So let's say now you did your callback. At this point, you'll either get an answer that they loved you and they're going to book you, or you just won't hear anything. So how long does it take to find out if you booked the job? Well, there is no universal answer. Just a rough way, just a rough kind of estimate for co-stars, under fives, day players, like stuff that doesn't have much dialogue. These roles take like a week to get an answer. And for all the big stuff like series regulars, guest stars, recurring lead roles, like supporting characters with like actual lots of dialogue, this could take like a month, 2 months, 3 months. The production team, they go back and forth, they compare their notes. The director, does this thing, and it could take time. So for the small stuff, it takes up to a week. For the larger roles, could take, over a month. If nobody calls you, that means you didn't book it. No one is ever going to tell you that you didn't book the job. It's just kind of an industry standard, and that's just the way it is. And you, the actor, you will have to kind of just feel it out. All right, guys, so that was the audition process. If you learned something new, make sure you send me a like and a subscribe. If you didn't learn something, ask me in the questions and I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can. Otherwise, thanks for watching.